I would rather keep it as is and then do it next meeting, than do something and then have Larry complain that he wasn't part of it.
Yeah, but Matt's gonna call in. You
Well,
got 4
he wasn't
people.
going to call in, I was going to call him.
Yeah,
And I'm just going to send him a text now saying that we're postponing it.
Well, shouldn't it be a board decision, not one person's decision?
Right, you got 4 people, just because
We have
Larry's.
All right, I will call
I'm saying to
him.
cancel it, it should be,
Okay, so,
You guys are on, you're on.
Just so you know.
all right, so call the meeting to order. We will start with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, so I will entertain a motion for approval of minutes.
Madam Chair, I would move the adoption of the non-public and public minutes dated February 26, 2018.
Do I have a second?
second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Madam Chair, I would move the adoption of the public and non-public minutes dated March 6, 2018.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Madam Chair, I would move the adoption of the public meeting minutes dated March 12, 2018.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Let's see, next we have the Selectmen's reorganization and bylaws. Matt Burrow will be joining us by phone. Give me a moment to call him.
You want to let Mike give his update while we're getting a hold of him?
Yeah, actually, we are a little early, so we'll skip that for a moment and move to item B, new fire rescue station project update, since the construction manager is here.
Good evening, Mike Pavero, Eastern Seaboard Construction Manager. I'll make it brief. We're moving along according to schedule. I've got good and bad news, so we'll do the good first. The abutter has graciously accepted that we can tie into the utility pole that was originally planned, which is a huge thing.
That's greatly appreciated.
Yeah. Potentially, not so good news is, obviously with the weather we've had in the past 3 weeks, yeah, that's probably not gonna open the end of May. Because I've got at least 6 weeks of site work to do, and I'm dead in the water with the weather until it breaks, so, and it looks like at the rate it's going, it's gonna be at least a few more weeks. So it's gonna be a little bit delayed as far as the opening with the site work, but I don't think it's the,
But everything else is moving according to plan, correct?
the inside, but if we don't get power and site work done to the building, all the rest of it is kind of a moot point, so. But the inside's finishing up and it's fine. Yep,
Okay. Anything else for us?
that is it.
Somebody?
Any hints on what you think we're getting tomorrow?
2 to 4,
Oh, that's
Okay.
good.
yeah. It's more of a southerly storm, but,
Yeah, push south.
you know what, ask me again Thursday morning and I'll give you exactly what we're gonna get. That's
Just
my,
wondering, because they've been saying 4 to 8.
yeah, I think it's backed off a little bit since then, but who knows? You know, these coastal storms, they only got to track one way or another, and it changes it drastically, so.
Exactly.
Anything else? All right, well, thank you, Mike,
Okay.
appreciate it.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, thank you.
Have a good night.
Thank
You too.
All right, I will now call Chairman Burrow.
Oh, you're calling him, you want me to do C?
Sure.
You can't.
No,
You can't yet. We
Because
have
it won't
to
take
know
that
who
long.
chairman is. There's the letters that have to be prepared.
hello, Matt.
Hi,
Hi, how you doing?
good, how are you guys?
All right, so Matt Burrell is joining us via phone. Is there anybody else there with you, Matt?
No, there's not, I'm outside, nobody's around.
All right, so we are at the point of our agenda for the organization, the reorganization and bylaws. I do want you to be aware that Larry is out sick, so there are only 3 of us here.
Okay.
And so I will entertain any motions
Or chairman?
or chairman.
I'll nominate Bob Donovan.
Did you hear him, Matt?
I did not.
All right, Jim nominated Bob Donovan for chair. Do I have a second? Remember, Larry's not here.
No second?
All right, no second. Then the motion fails.
There's no motion without a second.
Yeah. Do I have another motion for chairman? Actually, let me step back. Matt, one of the things I had suggested before we got on phone was that we might want to postpone this organization meeting until we have Larry with us, so that he can be part of it. But,
Yeah, the only question I have, and I don't know how many people can hear me, but, so in attendance, you're telling me Larry's the only one who's not in attendance, correct?
that is correct.
Okay, was the reason Bob did not second Jim's motion because his name was in the motion?
Right.
Okay, so, I will, if Jim, you want to put your motion back on the table, I'll second it.
Okay, I'll move Bob Donovan as chair.
So I'll second that motion.
All right, all those in favor? Aye. Unanimous.
Right,
Remember, because we have somebody electronically, these have to be roll call votes.
Okay.
oh, yeah.
Okay, so I did say it was unanimous, so that's
Right.
all 4 of us.
Right.
You can do a roll call and,
No, in the minutes, they
okay.
have to be
Okay,
listed as,
all right, okay.
Okay, so now that we've made Bob chairman, does he do the other motions and take over from this point?
Vice chair. Vice chair.
Yes, but does he do that motion?
technically, yes.
Technically, you are now the chair, so you take over.
Okay.
Okay. I'm going to make a motion to have,
No, you call for a motion. You're the chair now.
yeah, with only 3 of us, I can make motions, but even still, anybody, do we have a motion for Lisa Gagne to be vice chair?
I'll second that.
Roll call vote? Aye?
Aye.
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 Okay. Because I know Larry wanted to talk about different liaisons and stuff like that, so I was thinking we should wait for Larry so we can all discuss who wants to be what liaison and who's going to do what.
I have no problem with postponing establishing liaison, or changing liaisons for the next meeting. Anyone else?
The only question that I have is I'd ask that if people are willing to keep me on for the planning board, because the planning board meets next week. And
We would
Well, until we
keep-
change.
Until we change, we
Okay.
have what we have.
Everybody's still the same,
So
right?
you would still be the liaison next week. You okay with that, Matt?
Yeah, I would prefer that.
Okay, good.
Okay. All right, are you staying on for the rest of the meeting, Matt?
What's the next agenda item that you guys have?
The
by-
bank,
The bank?
We want to accept again the bylaws, correct?
I thought you said they needed to be updated.
Well, we won't be able to say that until we address it.
But again, we want to wait for Larry.
For the bylaws themselves? No, I'd like us to address it now.
I'll move that we reaffirm the bylaws of the,
Okay, and I will second for discussion.
Okay.
And this is the reason why I wanted it brought up at this meeting. Matt, I read through the bylaws. They are from 2011, and there are several grammatical errors, among other things. I would like to recommend that the policy committee meet, review the bylaws, and make some suggestions for amendments to the bylaws for us to, what's the word again, affirm?
Well, I would honestly suggest that we reaffirm them tonight, but direct the policy committee to review them for the beginning of May to change.
Okay, so I'm good with that. Bob, Matt?
I'm good.
Affirming today, and then direct the policy committee to work on them for May meeting.
And the only thing I would add to that, I'm good with that, but I would like to add for the next agenda a discussion about expanding the policy committee. And the only reason is that I think you guys have done a good job, but I think you guys have a lot on your plate with just 2 people on a policy committee, so.
Yeah, and we can even assign for the policy committee as well?
True.
Okay. I agree. Okay, any other discussion on the bylaws?
Nope.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I was an aye.
Bob, since Matt's on the phone, can you let him know what Mike said about the good news and the bad news?
We had Mike Bavero here, the construction manager for the fire department, and he told us that the owner of the telephone poles to the back property has given us permission to use his power lines, his poles, to hook up the power to the new fire station.
Excellent, that's good news for the town.
Right. And also, he said the bad news was, with the storms that we've been having, it's putting behind a couple of weeks on the groundwork. So the date may be a couple weeks later than we expected due to the weather.
Yeah, we thought that could happen.
Right. So besides that, everything else is still going ahead of schedule.
Great.
Okay.
Great, so do you want to stick with us? There's nothing really,
I want to stick for 2 things. One would be on the agenda, I think recreation, there's something on there.
Yep.
yes, for the job description update to Recreation Commission Secretary?
That one, but is there one on there yet for applications for a license for the sand? Has that made it
Nope.
yet?
Yeah, it
Or
should be.
is it in,
Requisition.
oh, it's a requisition.
We held it from the last meeting because it was an emergency meeting and that wasn't an emergency.
It's a requisition for treasurer. That's-
250 it should be. Or
It
was
should be
it?
the last one,
Oh,
$25.
$25, I'm sorry.
Should be the last thing in the purple one,
How much, $25?
$25.
Yep, that's it.
Okay, yep, we have it.
Okay, so I just want to be here when I'll make the motion to sign that requisition,
I'll
if you don't mind, while I'm on the phone.
I will second that motion. It's a requisition to Natural Heritage Bureau for $25.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Okay. And what was the other one?
I just want to throw it out there, this is not on the agenda, but it's 2 parts here. The first part is I'd like to thank all the town staff who helped us get another snowstorm of an election day off the ground, and we had a good turnout and everything worked out well and everybody was safe, so I want to put it on the record that I appreciate everyone in town who pitched in, for one. And the second thing I'm asking, this is pretty much a motion I want the board's support on, is I want, on behalf of the board, I'd like to write a letter, and we'll be copying our Newton's delegation to the State House as well as the Secretary of State, that the Board of Selectmen in Newton encourages the state to change the law immediately to allow town officials to change the date of town meeting if there is a major snowstorm. So if the board would support me on that, I'd like to write that letter.
Okay,
Now, that was a motion, correct?
Yes, yeah.
I'll second that.
Okay.
discussion?
Do we want it to say the town moderator, or is just town officials?
Probably town officials. He'll definitely be, consulted on how we write this up, so.
Okay,
All right. All in favor?
aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay,
Just
I'll
one
do
sec.
that for homework, but other than that, I think I'm gonna drop off if you guys don't mind.
Can we just
Well,
tell
hold on.
him that we're doing the bank letters? And I just want him to know, he won't be here to sign them, but we have to get them out tomorrow for the new treasurer.
Okay, did you hear Nancy?
I did not.
We're gonna be doing the bank letters for the new treasurer, and you won't be here, but we wanted to sign it, but we wanna let you know that we need to get those out. Is-
Yes, as long as everybody understands, everybody involved is, my lack of a signature is due to me being out of town and not that I don't support anything.
All right,
Yep, that's totally understood.
Okay.
Actually, while you're still here, I'll make a motion that we sign the letters to the banks confirming the new treasurer.
Second.
It's simply a letter stating that Lynn Bergeron was duly elected by write-ins and has been sworn into office for the next 3 years.
It's so she can sign checks
Right.
and that.
all right. Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
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 Okay, unanimous. Okay, the only other thing we have is the Gale Library release of funds. You want to stay on the phone, or are you going to go finish enjoying your vacation?
No, I'll stick with you.
There's also the transfer
Get a
station
full
voucher.
meeting in.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah, and the transfer station vouchers also. So
Okay.
we'll move down to D. Okay, we'll move down to D, transfer station vouchers. Warrant article says that we're gonna give everybody a voucher for the transfer station every year. And it's going to be for every residence of a tax-paying residence, not to multiple units per property, just a single unit per property.
so Matt, what we're looking for is to make sure that we are all in agreement as to what the intent of that warrant article was.
Yep.
And my understanding is that it's each tax-paying household. So that means a person who owns 3 different houses, each house is a household that's paying taxes. Now, whether the taxes are being paid by the same person or not, it doesn't say that. So each house would get a voucher. However, if you take into account a property like mine, there are 2 households, but only one of those households is paying taxes. So that household would get the voucher.
Any input, Matt?
So my only input is, I'm not saying I don't necessarily agree with you, but how is this any different from every other year when we ask the town tax collector to give us their list so we can mail things out?
Well, there's been controversy every time we do it, back and forth a little bit, but it's basically the same as if you're a tax-paying resident, you get a voucher for your property. If you have multiple units on your property, everybody that has the other units does not get a voucher. The renters do not, just the tax-paying owner of the property.
And in my opinion, this also means the seasonals still would receive a voucher because they are a tax-paying household.
Yeah, so currently, as we know, right, the seasonals do not get a voucher,
Right?
right?
Right.
When, per the tradition of the every other year thing. So I guess where I'm going with this, and I might be able to be convinced otherwise, but my gut feeling is we don't change from what we have been doing. The only difference is now we're gonna just do it annually instead of every other year.
It's still tax-paying households.
The problem
Right.
is they are tax-paying households, seasonals.
Just because they don't live here.
Right.
There's nothing that says they have to be residents. and tax-paying households.
Yeah, true.
Right, we have a lot of people that live up here in the summer and go to Florida in the winter, and they still need to get a voucher so they can clean up their properties in the summer. So basically, the seasonals are the same way.
By the way, don't forget
If the
this.
tax collector gives us a list of who all the taxpayers
collector.
Tax collector doesn't give us anything.
No,
I do
Nancy does it.
It's
Yeah, but
assessing.
where does she get the names from?
The
The
assessing,
assessing.
Which is done based on taxable households, right?
correct.
Correct.
Yeah. So, I don't know. I'm thinking we just do the list the same way. And that list needs to be updated to include the people we've been leaving out.
Yeah.
Because
All right. Now,
the
question,
warrant article says tax paying, right?
right, but Nancy, were you looking for this for this year?
It,
The warrant articles says to start in 2019.
Right,
Right, but this is the
this
year that
would
we're
have
supposed to
been-
do the voucher.
Right, but we'd also be doing a voucher next year.
Right.
So this year, just to simplify things, I think we should just do it the same way we've been doing it, so we don't have to make any rush decisions about this,
That
I
was what
agree.
I was just gonna suggest, is that
that's a good idea.
because the warrant article specifically states, starting in 2019.
Right, so
So whatever we do this year, we do as we have every other time before. What do you think of that, Matt?
I like that idea. The thing I would like to see in advance, though, is the spreadsheet with the list of names
Yep,
and you know, the data, you know, this person's a seasonal or whatever, you know, all the data lined up. Let's look at the spreadsheet before we really commit, but I tend to agree with you. We do it the same way for 2019, 2018.
18, right.
yeah, 2018, because this warrant article does not take effect until 2019.
Right.
Right.
so-
So the other thing, if we review the list at the next selectmen's meeting, or just review it on your own? Because I need a starting date and an end date. I'm assuming it would go from probably like May to, or April till December. But we can discuss that at the next
Right,
meeting.
if we review the whole list of people on
I'll
one
have-
meeting, it would take a whole meeting to...
I'll do the list, and I can email it to you, and you can discuss it at the next meeting if
Yeah,
you
and we
want.
can approve or make any recommendations.
Okay,
And at some point by the end of the year, the policy committee can sit down and codify this as a policy pursuant to the warrant article.
Yeah, it would definitely be a task set aside for the policy committee, so that there won't be any confusion starting in 2019.
okay.
Okay. Okay, any other discussion on it? Okay, so let's move over to the Gill Library. I just lost my page here. Release of funds.
I would move that we release to the Gill Library trustees the operating funds for, which is in the amount of $28,725.
Second.
Any discussion? Did you hear him, Matt?
I did, yep.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Unanimous? Okay. Okay, now we'll move on to announcements. Do we have any announcements, except I'm going to go off on Matt's and thank everybody for working, especially the guys outside during the elections. Everybody was shoveling the walkways, the stairs, keeping the town's residents safe, and myself, and I'm sure the board, we all appreciate everybody's effort.
And especially all those who came out to vote on what was really a nasty weather day. And I can assure you that you have one state rep
Bless you.
has already endorsed the idea of allowing moderators to determine snow dates.
Okay, anybody else?
All right, I would like to, we received a letter of resignation. Matt, I don't know if you had a chance to see this.
I did, yep.
All right, so I would like to move to accept the letter of resignation from cable station manager Scott DePamphilis, effective March 18th, 2018, with our gratitude.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye. I would also like to move to have the Selectman Secretary advertise the position immediately so we can attempt to get it filled.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
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 Okay, let's skip down to Deputy Treasurer.
I will move the appointment of Diane M. Moran as Deputy Treasurer. I believe it's a 3-year appointment.
Second.
Any discussion?
Yeah, I'm going, you're gonna hear me vote nay in a second. And the reason is not because of who it is. I think Diane's done a good job as Deputy Treasurer, but I don't think there should be overlap between Deputy Treasurer and Selectmen's Office Secretary. I think we should at least find another deputy, because I think we ran into something this time around that could have been an issue. It wasn't, but could have been. So that's just my opinion.
Okay, any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Against? Nay. The only reason I'm saying it is because I'd like to have Matt and Larry in here so we can all discuss it and find out what's the best way to do it.
So the motion didn't carry.
Well, voted no.
Okay. Let's move on to the Deputy Town Clerk, Tax Collector.
I move to appoint Cheryl Saunders as Deputy Town Clerk Tax Collector per recommendation of the Town Clerk Tax Collector.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
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 Okay. I'll move down to other business. Job description update to Recreation Commission Secretary.
Do you have anything on that, Matt?
No, I think last time I read it, it was the most updated one, and I don't remember what the summary of the update was, but I didn't have an issue with it when I read it.
I'll move the adoption of the updated Recreation Commission Secretary job description.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Now we have the two places here, but we'll, other business, sign manifest, requisitions, abatements, tax credits, correspondence, and appointments.
Yep, we get that.
Okay, Matt,
Oh.
All right.
anybody else need to talk to Matt about anything?
Nope.
All right, Matt,
Nope.
go and enjoy your vacation.
All right. Have a good snowstorm. I'll see you soon.
Yeah, we're only gonna get a couple inches now, so we'll be good.
Oh, that's good. If anybody sees my signs, let me know.
I haven't seen any of them yet.
I have 2 in the back of my truck.
By June, I think we'll see them.
Right?
July.
All right. Thanks, everybody.
All right,
Have a
thank
good
you.
night.
Bye.
Yeah. Bye.
I will move that we sign the vendor manifest dated 3/20/2018 in the amount of $570,828.57, of which $400,000 is for the April school payment.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I will move that we sign the payroll manifest for pay period 3/4/18 to 3/17/18 with a pay date of 3/22/18.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I move to sign Veterans Tax Credit for MAP 11-6-16 for tax year 2018. It's a husband and wife veteran tax credit.
Second.
Discussion?
That,
All-
that just means that they both get it. They both qualify, they both get it.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye. I move to sign Veterans Tax Credit for MAP 11-6-16 for tax year 2018. This explains why we have two for the same property.
Right. Second?
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Already did the other one, right?
Yep.
Yep, okay. Okay, does anybody have anything else?
Move to adjourn.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor? Aye.
That was
Everybody have a good
6:34
night.
PM.